Business English vocabulary. Examples 11. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon.
Okay, perfect. Let's jump right in then. First up, end of the line. What are we really talking about when someone says that?
Right, end of the line. It basically means, progress has stopped. It's the final point, can't go any further. You might hear something like, after 3 counteroffers, we just reached the end of the line with the buyer. Negotiations stalled.
Right.
Or another one. If this next round of testing fails, well, it's the end of the line for this product iteration. That's it.
Got it. Makes sense. So, related maybe, what about endgame? Sounds pretty final too, but different.
Yeah, different. Endgame is more about the ultimate objective, the planned final result of a strategy. For instance, the company's endgame really is to be acquired by a bigger player within, say, the next 5 years.
Ah, the long-term goal.
Exactly. Or think about this. Their endgame in launching that really aggressive marketing campaign was clearly to steal market share from their main competitor. That was the ultimate aim.
Okay. Now, shifting gears a bit, sometimes you need to, get people moving, energize the team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
To energize the team is all about inspiring them, motivating them, getting them fired up. Like the CEO gave this really rousing speech to energize the team after some, frankly, disappointing sales figures.
Right, a morale booster.
Totally. Or a fun offsite activity was planned specifically to energize the team before the really busy season kicked in.
Okay, so the team's energized. Maybe the next step is you want to enter the market.
That's often the case. Enter the market just means launching a product or service into a specific area or demographic. For example, they're making plans to enter the Asian market next quarter. They'd probably use a localized version of their app,
Makes sense.
And you see it all the time. Like several new electric vehicle companies have recently entered the market, which, increases competition and choice.
Let's look at one that's maybe more philosophical. Every cloud has a silver lining. Finding the good in the bad, right?
Exactly that. It's about optimism, finding a positive angle even when things seem difficult. You might hear losing that key employee was a real setback, but, every cloud has a silver lining. It actually let us restructure the department more efficiently.
An unexpected positive.
Right. Or that unexpected system outage was so frustrating, but every cloud has a silver lining. It finally forced us to update our backup protocols, which we really needed to do.
Okay. But what happens when things aren't so optimistic? Maybe more competitive, like every man for himself.
Yeah, that one describes a situation where people are just focused on their own self-interest. Usually happens under pressure, like during cuts or big changes. For example, when those rumors of restructuring started floating around, it pretty quickly became every man for himself. People just trying to secure their own spot.
A bit cutthroat.
It can be. Or during the budget cuts last year, it really felt like every man for himself as departments fought hard to defend their resources.
All right. Then there's the opposite of being selective. Everything but the kitchen sink.
Huh. Yeah, that means including just a massive, almost excessive amount of the things, just throwing it all in there. Like the due diligence report seriously included everything but the kitchen sink financials, legal docs, market research, you name it.
Overwhelming, maybe.
Sometimes. Or when they pitched their proposal, they brought everything but the kitchen sink, even some prototypes that weren't fully functional yet, just trying to show everything they had.
Okay. Now, some things need precision. That's where exact science comes in, I guess.
Correct. Exact science refers to fields where you have precise measurements, predictable outcomes. Think engineering, maybe hard sciences. Business often isn't quite like that, so you might hear predicting consumer trends isn't an exact science, obviously, but data analytics definitely helps get us closer.
Right.
Or in manufacturing, it's crucial. Quality control in pharmaceuticals absolutely requires an exact science approach. You need that for safety and efficacy.
And sometimes you just knock it out of the park to exceed expectations.
Exactly. Performing better than anyone anticipated, surpassing the goals. For example, the sales team completely exceeded expectations this quarter. They hit like 150% of their target.
Nice.
Yeah. Or the new software's performance exceeded expectations during beta testing, way fewer bugs than we anticipated.
Okay, here's one you hear maybe outside of just business. Excuse my French.
Yes. That's just a little polite apology when you're about to use, or just used, some potentially offensive language.
Yeah.
A bit of mild swearing, usually. Someone might say, well, that whole project turned into a complete, excuse my French, mess.
Right. Softens the blow.
Exactly. Or, I was so mad I basically told him to take a hike. Excuse my
Okay,
French.
okay, last one on our list. Execution is key.
This one's fundamental, really. Execution is key. Emphasizes that having a great plan is one thing, but actually implementing it effectively is what truly matters for success. You'll hear it constantly. Look, we have a fantastic strategy on paper. It looks great, but ultimately, execution is key.
A follow-through.
Precisely. And so many promising startups fail, not because the idea wasn't good, but because their execution just didn't match the vision.